And what does this plant produce? What do you do here?
Yeah, so the Red Wing ADM is pretty unique. We're actually ADM's only facility globally that processes flaxseed into the traditional linseed oil, which is used in oil-based paints.
Yeah, and how do you get the flaxseed?
Yeah, so most of our flax is delivered via rail. You can see some of the rail cars behind us right now. So the majority of flax is actually grown in the Canada area and as well as North and South Dakota. The concrete silos are different storage spaces that are available, and then we'll be getting shipments throughout the year. The plant runs every day throughout the year, regardless of that harvest time. So we're storing seed here, as well as stored on rail moving here, and then ADM also owns elevators throughout the United States that gives us other places to store and hold volume so that we can process throughout the year.
Every day, all year.
All day, yep. So this facility, the main brick one behind us here, was built in 1902, and it was built as a flaxseed processing facility. So within Red Wing, there has been flax processing into linseed oil since 1902.
And that's the same building?
Same building, yep.
Yeah.
Actually, this one is the flour mill.
Okay.
The further brick building is the linseed plant. The flour mill was built in the late 1800s. It's now office space.
Has the art of processing from crop to product changed much since 1902?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. So there's definitely evolution of that since 1902, being 120 years ago.
Yeah.
But when you look at the technology and some of the equipment that was installed more in like the 1960s, 1970s, a lot of that's still in operation here in the facility. And that physical process is still the same, where a lot of the improvements have happened more on our automation of that and our visibility of that equipment and how the operator interacts, making that process easier.
So we're on the river right now?
Yes.
We're on this tugboat. Do you use these barges at all in the tugboat?
We do. So that's one of the beautiful parts about being in Red Wing is the Mississippi River, and it gives us a really big advantage for our location. So when we talked about earlier that seed coming from Canada, so Red Wing's already connected to the farmers in Canada, bringing our flaxseed down there. We process that in our Red Wing facility, and then the river really gives us that option to ship that oil competitively anywhere internationally.
Yeah.
And it allows us to move a certain amount of volume that could be challenging in the winter months when we don't have that access. Like the rail cars behind us typically hold about 200,000 pounds of oil, where our barge, a liquid oil barge, we're more around that 3 million pounds of oil. And it's just a lot more efficient to transport that and a lot more competitive financially for us to have access to the river in Red Wing.